What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pettsworth, also known as Petty King, here to give my review on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 3, Monopulence, You Own Everything. This is one of my favorite shows, and I totally enjoyed doing my first review of this show ever. Hopefully you enjoy. Let's get to it. The episode starts off by recapping how Monopulence got saved by dunking Michelle Visage in the tank. The other girls aren't happy about it, and I agree. I do feel like she should have went home in that last week. They congratulate the winners, Lexi Love and Crystal Envy. I feel that Lexi Love is a superstar and a future winner of this season. I think the older queens are going to be rooting for her since they call her the auntie and the grandma, and all the rest of them are younger. So it would be satisfying to see her, in the end, take the crown. Then some drama happens between Joella and Hormona. Lana Jarrett calls out Joella for criticizing her song and saying that it wasn't good enough. And then Hormona jumps in, it looks like to take up for Lana Jarrett, and told her, well, was your wig attached or did you have to hold it up while you were doing the Raider Queen? To which Joella responds, well, it would have been glued down if I had to lip sync like how you did. And then Hormona goes with that unfinished hymn and the tags hanging out because it came off the rack. To which Joella responds, fix your mug. I just want to point out that Monopoulence's insult to Joella about buying her clothes off the rack was really a true insult to a drag queen. The premise of being a drag queen is looking fierce and fabulous and also hand making the things that you're wearing. So to say that a drag queen's clothes comes off the rack really cuts to the core. This was really surprising to see Hormona come out the box like that. It's a shame she didn't do well in the comedy challenge because right now she's being funny and she's showing a different side of her personality. I think if she would have showed this side a little bit earlier, the girls would have had a more warm reception towards her. This is the first section of the show and I give it an A. It is dramatic, it is bringing the shade, it is funny. This is what TV is all about. Also, we got to give the girls some props because I'm not a drag queen, but I think a lot of them shy away from reading each other and having drama on the show because after the show is over, their livelihood depends on people coming to their show and tipping them. And a lot of times, if the girls show a dramatic side of their personality, the fan base will turn on them and it will lead to less bookings, which I don't think is fair. And plus, I think it hinders the type of show you can have. It hinders how entertaining the girls can be if you are going to penalize them whenever they read somebody or shade somebody or go in on somebody. But the show started off with a bang. That was amazing. In the next scene, the girls learn that this week's runway is Monopoly or Monopulence. It's referring back to a previous moment when one of the queens kept trying to say opulence. I'm happy to see this as a theme because I love this game. It's my favorite board game. Then we move on to the workroom segment and it's showing the queens different skill sets. It shows them creating ideas. It's cool to see how creative they are because everybody has to realize to get in there and make something from scratch, it takes a lot of hard work. The queens definitely deserve props for being able to do that. Next, Ru comes in to talk to some of the girls. What really stands out to me is Anya Nerve's interaction with Rupaul. Anya Nerve has a very urban, relatable type of personality. It's very down to earth, and I think Rupaul is connecting to that personality. It reminds me of Simone, that sister girl type of aesthetic. I like Anya Nerve. Then there's a little foreshadowing happening. Lucky Stars decides to do something new and kind of go with a normal girl aesthetic versus his wearable art aesthetic. And in my mind, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because sometimes when you change things up, it'll lead to a loss. And this is kind of foreshadowed here. Next thing you know, Ru says the queens get to see each other's ranking on the Raider Queen scale. It didn't really go anywhere because the queens really didn't care where they ranked each other, but it was kind of cool to expose who ranked who where. I also like the moment when Jules said to Anya that she felt her talent fell short, and then Anya snapped back with your crotch fell short. Which is true, because in the first white outfit, there was a loose crotch, and before Untucked comes on, they kind of show it hanging there, and also it happened again in the pantsuit. The crotch was loose. I like the fact that Anya Nerve can stand up for herself. That's a great quality in a reality show star. The other notable part in this section of the show is Lucky Star really struggling to sew. Not all the girls can sew, and in my mind, I think it's kind of short-sighted to come be a part of the competition without taking any sewing classes. You know that this is season 17 and that's going to be a part of it, so I don't see why, at the very least, why wouldn't you go take a couple of classes and practice before you get there so you could be prepared? But whatever the case may be, Lucky Star does not. And she's really struggling. I do notice Ariete looking in her direction and lightly helping. In my eyes, if you guys were flirting with each other and you really like Lucky Star, why didn't you help Lucky Star make the garment? Like, if you really like somebody, you would help them if you see them struggling. That's just my thought. Then it moved on to the next part where Anya Nerves takes Jules Sparkle's trim. The girls were kind of talking about it next to her, but loud enough where she can hear it. I like the confessional where Anya kind of copied the way they were whispering, and then she boldly confronts them. They both have points. Anya Nerves says we're supposed to share. You're not supposed to take all this stuff and hog it for yourself. Jules Sparkles is saying, I picked that trim from the table of materials for me to use. And when you asked, I told you not to take it, so you shouldn't have took it at all. So they both have points. Jules Sparkle says to Anya, have your moment because you won't have many more. And in my mindset, Anya should have said, well, I'll show you. Because I do feel she's going to be around for a while. Next up is the runways. I'm going to rank the looks in 4 ways. The first one would be, I love it. The second one would be, I like it. The third one would be, I don't like it. And the fourth one would be, I hate it. I think that's just the easiest way to go about ranking the looks. Also, keep in mind, I'm not a drag queen. This is just my opinion. I'm going to do my best to describe what I'm seeing. If I get it wrong, I do have drag queen friends who can explain to me what it is I'm looking at. All right, so it starts off with Lucky Stars, and I'm going to rank this as I don't like it. I don't like it because it doesn't fit. The makeup looks bad. It just looks awful. Next up is Hormona, and I rank this as I like it. It fits. It looks great. She looks like an older pheromone with more weight. She looks pretty, so I'm feeling it. Next up is Lexi Love. I rank this as I like it. She looks like a mix between Sasha Colby and Violet Chachki in the face on this runway. It was a cool short dress, and I think throwing the roll of fabric was a nice touch to the walk. I do notice her hair was small, and it was her real hair, so maybe that would take some points off. Next up is Susie 2. I would rank it as I like it. I think it would have looked better with some hair instead of the arts and crafts devil cap that she has on. Next up is Ariete. I rank that as I love it. She looks beautiful. The hair looks cool. It's a nice dress. My only thing is the chest looks like a man chest. I think if it had like a female chest or some boobs, it might look better. Next up is Lana Jure. I rank this as I like it. It was just a nice plain dress. And when she came out, she looked beautiful. I feel she's the second most beautiful out of all of them. I do have a question. What is that bruise on her shoulder? I keep seeing that. But facially, she looks amazing. Next up is Acacia Forgot. I rank this as I hate it. This dress is ugly. It looks like Myrtle Urkel. It's a lot of ruffles and lace. It's hideous. Out of drag, I like her personality. But in drag, it's a mess. The hair looks terrible. It's kind of like a mullet, a curly blonde mullet. I don't know. It looks like there's some kind of a poodle on her head, maybe. The face looks bad, makeup-wise. There's a lot of things wrong with this that I can't explain, but I do know that I hate it. It just looks awful. Next up is Corey Kiing. The outfit looks cheap because of the fur. It kind of looks like a dollar store Barbie doll, kind of. It's a short dress, looks kind of easy to make. But what I will say is she looks like RuPaul a lot. She looks like a baby RuPaul. I wonder if RuPaul sees it. So I would rank Corey Kiing as I like it. Lydia Collins, I rank this as I hate it. I don't like the slice of cheese that's on her head. It looks like she's wearing bed sheets with fur attached to it. The dress is swallowing her. There is no shape. The face looks bad. I don't like the makeup. It's kind of pale looking. I didn't like this at all. Coming up next was Joella. Well, what I must say is she has a pretty face. I like the hair. It looks like she's wearing a bathing suit with a piece of fabric glued onto the shoulder and also the hip. So it's not giving Monopulence, but it is giving a swimsuit. So what I will say is I like it. Next up is On Your Nerve. What I must say is she looks fierce. I love her sister girl type facial expressions. Like I said before, it reminds me of Simone. And I really think that her urban hood girl aesthetic takes Rue back to her days when she first started out. In the same way that T.S. Madison does, it makes On Your Nerve way more relatable to Rue and T.S. Madison and to anybody who's soulful in that way. I think she looks great. The face is very beautiful. The gown is fitted and looks really nice. I like the necklace that she has on. So I'll have to say that I love this. Next up is Jules Sparkles. My rating is I don't like it. I think that line down the middle, is that a zipper or whatever it is? I feel like it should be straight. I feel like those dots on the side should be proportioned. It looks kind of twisted and the Madonna cone bra looks kind of weird. That makes me not like it overall. Next up is Crystal Envy. I will say that I like it. The hair and the face looks better than the previous episodes. I think the reason why she doesn't win or place high is the bows on the arms. The bows look ugly to me. Also, it's a velvet dress with a thinner fabric on the head, so that kind of sticks out to me as well. And finally, we have Sam Star. I think Sam Star is the most beautiful out of all of them. I love this look. The feathers on the bottom of her outfit do not look cheap. I will say I don't like the plate hat and the small fan. I think the fan could have been bigger, but all in all, she looks great. She looks amazing. Okay, when the runways are done, the safe queens are dismissed, and we're left with Lucky Star, Ariete, Corey, Joella, On Your Nerve, and Sam Star. Lucky Star starts crying during the critique. She was very sad. She came across as very relatable, and I actually felt for her because she was lovable, and she showed off a strong talent in the first 2 episodes. Ariete got good comments, rightfully so. Corey Kiing got told she looked cheap and not grand, which was accurate. Joella got a bad critique because she doesn't sew, and anybody who comes onto this show knows that sewing is going to be a part of it, so it's kind of no excuse. On Your Nerve got good critique. She showed her personality. Her facial expression are what makes her stand out. Sam showed some emotion, how her grandma taught her to sew. She has a great smile. I like the way she laughed at the critiques. She got great critiques. The judges announced that Sam Star wins, which Ariete, Sam, or On Your Nerve could have won. I think the girls felt that Ariete was going to win. Me personally, I would have gave it to On Your Nerve. I felt that this was her episode. She was giving main character energy this episode. I liked the way she presented it, so my choice would have been On Your Nerve to win. When they get to the critiques of the bottom 3, I like to see Corey Kiing laughing at Rue's line about her look being cheap. And then we got to the lip sync for your life portion. The lip sync song was Paula Abdul, The Way That You Love Me. Typically, the lip sync to Paula Abdul songs on Drag Race always end up fierce. For example, Vibology by Trinity K. Bonet and Adore Delano. And Straight Up by Carmen Carrera and Raja. It started off with Lucky going into a reveal where she pulled the skirt down and revealed into some leopard panties. Then she started to kick the shoes off and went into doing some tricks. Joella was really mouthing the words and hitting every syllable of the lip sync, but her dancing was kind of stiff. Her kicks were nice, but when she was trying to buck, her arms were moving, but the bottom half was stiff. It was not moving. At the end of the day, Lucky Stars did not know the words. The camera zoomed in, her mouth was not going with it, so naturally she had to go home. She was eliminated. So then we got to the lever twist, and when Lucky Stars pulled the lever, it did not dunk Michelle Visage. So she actually really was the pork chop of the season. I must say, I do see her returning in the future for an all-star season. What she showed in those first 2 episodes was really unique and prolific, so I'm pretty sure they'll give her another chance. And plus, the way she was on the show, it was well received. You actually felt a sympathy for her versus Joella, where you felt that she was delusional. All in all, I give this show an A. It was funny in the confessionals. There were some emotional moments, such as Sam Star referencing her grandma. There was lots of drama and shade left and right throughout the show. And the show was just a vibe, chilling with the girls in the workroom and watching them perform. The MVP of the episode for me would be On Your Nerve. She showed that she could stand up for herself. She showed that she could turn out a good look. And she showed that she can sell any garment with her down-to-earth personality and sensibilities. I really like her. I see her going far in the competition. The LVP of the episode for me was Acacia Forgot. That dress was terrible. I still don't see how she didn't land in the bottom in that dress. I'm pretty sure if there was a bottom 3, she would probably be the 3rd one up there, because that was awful. Alright, well that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed my review. This is my first time ever. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel because there will be more to come. Also, if you feel the need, follow me on Instagram and Facebook _PettyKiing. I have a large community of Petty Fam members. You will love it there. And until next time, bye!